Good news, everyone! Genesect has now been banned to Ubers. You can no longer use it in OU. And hi, this is a talking shovel, and I has a battle. But a few days ago, I think it was already on Friday. I didn't mention about it the last time because I already narrated that on Friday. And then later on that day, Genesect was banned to Ubers by Smogon. The change was made official. Smogon had their suspect testing, and the majority of people, it was 65.5% of the people that said no to Genesect and wanted it to be banned, or yes to the banning of Genesect, or no to the staying in the OU. But you get the idea. It's gone because Smogon voted so. If you do follow Smogon tiers, that is, I do, so I care. But I think one thing that we can all agree on is that Genesect over-centralized the metagame. You know, it just kind of came out of nowhere when it was released. It pretty much jumped straight to #1 spot when it had the full month to do so. And now it has stayed there, but now it is gone and no longer doing the over-centralizing thing that it does. But I guess as a question of the day, leave your thoughts about Genesect being banned. And here we have a standard OU match with kind of a random team that I have going on. I'm facing a rain team. This is against someone by the name of Porkins. And he's got some rain going on. He has the Tornadoes, the Bird Form, and Men's, and his own Genesect, which are the biggest threats that I'm looking at. And I got my own Genesect, and then I also got Guard Jump, which was a while ago made back into OU, and then I got Black Kyurem, which was also made OU quite recently. But yeah, let's just jump right into this match. So I decided to lead with my Black Kyurem because I was like, outrage all of the things. Although in this situation I really should have just switched out into my specially defensive Heatran, but I just wanted to see how much a Choice Banded Outrage would do. So I decided to stay in against my better judgment and just go for it. And yeah, it does like about 90%. This is the issue with Black Kyurem. Nothing really enjoys switching into it, especially if you got some hazards up. Even Stealth Rocks, that's gonna make a huge difference, especially late game. Nothing really enjoys switching into Black Kyurem when it's Choice Banded. Or, you know, in general, it's difficult to switch into because it's a powerhouse. But he's gonna be able to take me out. Then I'm gonna go into my own Genesect, and I have Flame Charge on this thing, which is definitely stupid. Totally outclassed by the Rock Polish set, but I just wanted to try it out, so I did. And get a crit on the Mamoswine, doesn't really matter because I do have Life Orb, so I can definitely take him out with the Bug Buzz, even though I didn't get the special attack boost, so I don't really know how much big of a difference it really made, because he just doesn't do anything. He doesn't even bother going for the Ice Shard for minuscule amount of little damage, which may or may not have helped him. But yeah, Mamoswine dies, and now in comes a Politoed, and I'm just gonna go for the T-Bolt, because why not? I have the Flame Charge up, and to be honest, I was just trying to set out, and you know, while I have the boost, I was like, hey, let's just go for it. I should do a nice chunk, and it is a 2-hit KO, and since he is running a defensive Politoed, I can actually take a Scald from him. Luckily, don't get burned, so I do have a few more Life Orb hits in me, and I can definitely take out this Politoed with the second hit and take him out, and Genesect is actually doing pretty well. It's doing some work here. Took out 2 pokes, but anyways, now he's gonna go in his own Genesect, and I was like, hey, I have a specially defensive Heatran here, so I don't want to risk the speed tie, so I'm just gonna go into that Heatran and take a hit from him, hopefully. Except he goes for Thunder, and it still does a lot, and this is indeed a specially defensive Heatran, and it still looks like a 3-hit KO, so damn, Genesect, you are too powerful. And the reason why I'm not running lefties is because I was running the Shed Shell for doggies, but anyways, that's besides the point. Now that I know he's locked into Thunder, I'm gonna go into my Guard Chomp, as he actually made a double switch into his freaking Salamence, and I was like, hey, I'm Scarfed, so I'm gonna go straight for the Outrage. Not really a good idea in hindsight, especially since he has this Vaporeon. But unfortunately, I end up getting a critical hit, which definitely means that I don't need to stall with this Vaporeon. And well, I had my own Vaporeon to Toxic it, but then again, he most likely had Hydration. But yeah, definitely mattered, but embraced the hacks. And now he's gonna go in his own Genesect, and he didn't get the memo that I was Scarf, so he thought that he would still outspeed it with his Scarf, but that is not the case because I am Scarf too. So outspeed and take him out, and now that I'm confused as he's gonna go into his Tornadoes, the bird form, I'm just going to go into my Genesect and just use it as a death fodder because at this point it can't outspeed either of his last pokes, being this Tornadoes and the Salamence, so might as well sack it, especially since it's so low on health. And this way I can bring out something else in safely, and in this case it's gonna be my Vaporeon, because what I basically just want at this point is just hit him once so that I can safely just go for the Outrage and not worry about it with my Garchomp, because after that he's gonna be so low that even if he switches out, he's not gonna be able to regenerate enough health to actually be able to take an Outrage from my Garchomp. So that was my plan here. I guess I could have protected here and still kept my Vaporeon alive, but I was like, hey, I can make things go smoother by going straight into my Garchomp and just sack my Vaporeon. So that is what I'm planning to do here. And basically he's just forced to stay in. There's nothing he can do at this point. So just gonna Outrage all of the things. Outrage the Tornadoes, Outrage the Salamence. Even if his Scarf, I can outspeed because 102 speed. So I'm just gonna go for the Outrage. And Outrage, somebody count how many times I said Outrage during this narration, because Outrage all of the things, and that will be the game. But quick bonus match for Sunday, and just really want to hear your opinions on freaking Genesect being banned, so that's why I thought I'd bring this quick random match for today. But I got a bunch of matches still backed up with Genesect, and lately I have been using Choice Banded Genesect, and oh man, it was so good. It just hits so hard with the Choice Banded Stab, +1, hopefully +1 attack, U-turn, and it destroys. It's so powerful, and it's fun because you can run Explosion on that thing, because it's actually a decent last resort move on it, because Choice Band and all. But, yeah, leave your thoughts about Genesect being banned in the comments section below, and in my opinion, it's definitely an over-centralized Pokemon that definitely deserve to go, because, you know, me and Chase have been talking a lot about Genesect, and, you know, you can just put it on any team, and it just works, and it's really difficult to check, because pretty much like Heatran is pretty much the best, closest thing to a counter there is, and even Heatran, you know, it doesn't have a reliable recovery move, so it's really difficult to be considered a counter. It just has such a great move pool, so that no Pokemon in that tier is really going to be enjoying switching into it, especially if you get that special attack boost, which is easy enough to get with the download ability. And then, you know, people have been starting to run like change their EVs so that you would always give Genesect the attack boost instead of the special attack boost, because, you know, obviously with the vast variety of special attacks that it has, it can destroy everything in the tier, so you want to do your best to avoid giving Genesect a special attack boost, which is definitely more than plenty to make that thing over-centralizing. And, you know, the move pool and U-turn, well, that's only part of the move pool, but the fact that it has awesome special move pool, the fact that it can just U-turn out of the situations, it just overall, it's just so difficult to deal with, and it's just overall such a powerhouse. And gotta say, it's good to see it gone, because it was over centralizing, and now you can actually start seeing some other stuff being used, and we'll see what turns out this new metagame without Genesect. And now we have Black Kyurem, so I guess we can start focusing on that thing, because now that thing is OU, and it's a powerhouse, and now that people are not focusing on using on Genesect, maybe we'll see more usage in Black Kyurem, and we'll see what other things. But, you know, just saying that people have been, of course, kind of bitching about Black Kyurem. It's still kind of, in my opinion, kind of iffy, but I'm not going to rant about Black Kyurem today, because this is a day for Genesect. But I have done enough of rambling, so thank you so much for watching. leave your thoughts in the comments section about Genesect. I'm most likely going to be doing the TheFlamingSpade podcast sometime later this week. Chase was at some freaking children's card game on a motorcycle or a table, I don't know, tournament, so we haven't been able to done it this weekend, but hopefully we'll do it sometime later this week. The TheFlamingSpade podcast that is, and we'll talk about more about Genesect and more about Black Kyrium and more about everything that's going on in the tiers at the moment later this week. And now I'm just rambling horribly, so I want to thank you for watching, and until next time, this is TheFlamingSpade signing out. Peace!